The following video is a brief snippet of the main things we saw at Lightning Ridge over 3 days. These are some of the things that I haven't covered in the video, but we just love going through all the opal jewellery shops. Cheapest place in the world to buy black opal, which black opal just means it's got black on the back, brings out the colour on the front. We did this Outback Theatre experience. It's really good, and a tour with Peter from Outback Opal Tours. It was really excellent. He chatted for 3 hours and told us some good stories, and they were very factual. John Murray's art gallery was brilliant. We went and saw the utes in the paddock on the way up, out from Parks and Forbes. It was a bit of a drive, but fascinating. We didn't get to the Cactus Gallery this time, Cactus Gardens I should say this time. We saw them last time. They're lovely as well. Please check out the story of 5 young girls on my God-Given Wisdom website who helped make the whole diving complex possible, and swimming centre and basketball stadium. It's brilliant at Lightning Ridge. This is just one of the many art galleries. Excuse the background noise, my son's doing some work under the house.
Do any of you have cameras?
Yeah?
You need them because I'm good looking. This piece of timber was lying on the ground over here when I came here, and a couple of people had seen it and said to me, "That's worth money." And I said, "Why?" Thinking they were going to say firewood, right? But they both said the same thing. They said it's the sort of piece of timber that a hotel in Sydney would love for their foyer, just because of it, the way it's textured. Oh, righto. I went out for the next couple of years, collecting opal and potch, and some from Margaret and Ron's place, wondering what I was going to do with it. And then I woke up one morning in October 2012, and it was like the first thought of the day: I'm going to create an opal tree. And my second thought was, I've been in Lightning Ridge too long.
Too much sun.
So in March 13, I had the help of a couple of women who were coming in and out from town, and we just set about gluing everything on. We finished in July, another few coats of varnish. There's east, there's west. All year round I was going to have the sun shining on them.
Oh, right.
The varnish is brilliant because it acts as a polish and brings a colour out on the opal, but then I've got the sun as well.
We're down under the black opal. That's what it's like.
You can't live down here. You get pneumonia, pleurisy if you stay down here at night.
It's too cold and wet.
Moisture.
Yeah.
Right, if you look at the roof, it's up here, and then it's down here. So this is the change, and there's some of the things I look for underground. Changes in the roof. Just here is a fault. Sandstone floater. Opal was in there, and nothing was below it.
The big open cut at Lightning Ridge. Yeah, there were old mine shafts. After it became too unstable from all this old time mining, they open cut it. A syndicate of people did, and after they open cut it, during that time, they found $130 million worth of opals. Because he didn't have insurance, so the tour companies take out the insurance. This is Amigo's castle.
Only way to get to that tower was underground. Now you probably all heard the old Italian saying, haven't you? I came, I saw, I concreted. Did you hear about the 2 flamingos that built a house? Yeah, they put a concrete Italian out in the front lawn. Luigi told me that one. There's 3 questions been asked about this place over the years, probably thousands of times. The same 3 questions keep popping up. So Amigo's got 3 standard answers. You're not going to get another answer out of him. That's the only answer he'll give you. Question 1, why did he build it? His answer, had rocks in his head, wanted to use them. Question 2, when will it be finished? Typical Italian answer, tomorrow, or next week, or next year, maybe never, who cares? The other question people ask all the time, when are you putting a roof on here? And he will tell you straight out, the only way to put a roof on this place, he has to get married first. And a woman here one day made the mistake of asking him how was getting married going to help him put a roof on it? And he said, lady, if I had a wife, she'd drive me up the bloody wall. She's about 80.
We went fossicking yesterday for about an hour and a half in a place we were legally allowed to go fossicking in, not somewhere you're not. And you got to know that, around Lightning Ridge. Yeah, Lana's husband really wanted to do this. This is Lana's. She sorted hers into ones that have got colour in them. This is Henrik's, her husband, who doesn't remember doing this in the past. He's got some really nice pieces in here. I personally was doing pretty badly. For the first hour, all I was finding was potch, that stuff with no colour. And then the others had had enough because they'd found enough. Oh no, yeah, I just wanted to stay for an extra 10 minutes. And that's when I found this piece. Don't give up. So that piece has got a band of colour on one side. It's not going to be thick enough to, probably not going to be thick enough to cut into anything. We've stopped at Marg's Carvings. These are some of the beautiful things she's hand carved herself. Oh, and you reckon they ate that pigweed?
Oh yeah, the leaf of it, they did for sure.
Okay, and this here is the wild lemon. Mum says the fruit off it's really refreshing.
Can't see any that's got any.
It hasn't gotten big enough. It's as small as your thumbnail.
It's even more round.
We're in the Lightning Ridge Aboriginal section, Aboriginal Bush Tucker section of the Lightning Ridge Community Gardens. So that's what she calls her wild lemon. It's actually desert lime. Tangy edible fruit when you see it. This is what we helped repair last year at Easter time. It's no. Look at all the butterflies. They love this Aeromophila. Mum was just telling us that this is a native Aeromophila. They planted about 6 out here in the silt on one rainy day and watered them 2 weeks later and have never watered them since. And that's in Lightning Ridge where there's been severe droughts. So that's why she always says, it's one of the reasons she says that Aeromophilas are one of the most drought hardy plants you can get.
Yeah.
So Brenda's made this beautiful stained glass work.
Dragonfly with little gems.
Yep,
And the wire wrapping.
yep. And I love her roses window. And oh, these mirrors are gorgeous. I'm not going to stand in front of them though. This is in the Lightning Ridge Art Gallery, just a small snippet of it. Come and see it yourself. Brenda asked me to tell you that she does one-day workshops where you can learn how to do stained glass work yourself at Lightning Ridge. You just need to ring up and book in. I'm at the Lightning Ridge Diving Complex. It's an Olympic diving centre. Olympic standard, meets exactly the right specifications for polo, everything. There's rockboard climbing, but you have to pre-book that so that they've got the right people here. Still at the Lightning Ridge Diving Centre. Lightning Ridge is a country town with unknown number of people in it, no more than 3,500. This centre, the whole complex, is worth over $30 million, would cost $40 million to build in Melbourne. It was built here for 3.2 million, the whole complex. And the whole complex is not just the diving centre, there's a wave pool out there. It goes on and on and on. There's 4 or 5 different pools. There's an Olympic pool that was opened by Dawn Fraser. My daughter Alana did the research, and it all started with 5 young girls aged 9 to 12 who in 18 months raised $550,000 roughly 20-something years ago, and all the volunteers. That's why this thing's here. So many volunteers who put in a massive amount of time and labour and made this dream a reality. It's an inspiration. Check out my website, God Given Wisdom, and you can read the whole story. It's amazing, absolutely inspirational and amazing what 5 young girls achieved here. Just driving through Forbes at the end of our trip on the first day. We left at 10 and it was just that bit too late. Just took us too long to get the cameras out. This was stunning as we drove over the bridge with all the reflections. Like I said, I would, next time, I'd take 2 days to drive up. I'd see the historical stuff at Jerilderie and the information centre at, Gilgandra. It's just brilliant, all the Cooey stuff for World War I. So interesting. On the way up, that's what I would do, and on the way back I would leave at 9 from Lightning Ridge and catch the dish and the car museum at Forbes. No, I don't know. Gee, it's hard to say. Do one and whatever you can on the way up and the same on the way back. But you've got to be at Parks by about 3 to do the dish. We ended up stopping at Narrandera on the way home and had a look at the tiger moth that they used in World War II to train the pilots initially at the Tourist Information Centre. Got a flat tyre on the camper too on the way here. Unfortunately, some people stopped because we didn't have the right shaped 5-sided nut to take the tyre off. So annoying that I wasn't carrying it. Carried it for 18 years and then didn't have it in this newer car. As you can see, flat tyre is an understatement. This blew out at 110 kilometres an hour. Fortunately, I've Aim and Reese towing stabilisers and they're brilliant. No one felt it but me, just felt like dragging on the road. And fortunately some people stopped who had a caravan and the right type of nut. Thank you so much to them. And that they also had a compressor because the tyre that was spare looked really well pumped up, but it wasn't. It went down under the weight. This is in the Lightning Ridge Art Gallery, just a small snippet of it. Come and see it yourself.